For over 30 plus years, I kind of got to live all the little boy's dreams. I played cowboy for a living. I was a horseback every day. I was either in the feed yard or out roping wheat pasture cattle. When I wasn't doing that, I rodeoed professionally. I rode bulls professionally for 30 years. I've had the same beautiful girlfriend for 43 years. And I actually was just finishing up one of my favorite rodeos out in Pendleton, Oregon. That's where the pavement ends and the Wild West begins. They don't even plow the arena out in Pendleton. And I always flew in and out of there. We lived in Dodge City, Kansas. And so I drove back up to Portland, and I was getting on the very first flight out that next morning. And we got right to the door of the plane, and one of the flight attendants said, "Folks, we need you to come back out." I thought, I bet it's a mechanical. I sure hope it doesn't double me up too long. I got a lot of sick cattle to take care of. We stepped back out into that concourse that morning into utter chaos. That was 9/11/01. The first thing I did was went to the National Guard, and I said, "Hey, I want to go fight." And that young sergeant said, "Do you have any prior military?" I said, "No." He said, "By your birthday," he said, "you're too old." I said, "Hey," I said, "you send me to boot camp, and if I can't kick those 19-year-olds' butt, then you tell me I'm too old." He said, "Sir, I don't doubt that." He said, "But rules are rules." So when I couldn't go fight, I started looking around, what else could I possibly do? And so on October the 20th, 2002, the Transportation Security Administration hired me as a Supervisor of Transportation Security Officer. 2005, they asked me, said, "Hey, would you be interested in being an area coordinator for us?" From that June of '03 to December of '08, I was only able to make it home about 360 days. The rest of the time I was deployed and out on the road. I had the honor and privilege of serving as the supervisor in charge of the first inauguration for President Obama. When he was reelected in 2012 for the 2013 inauguration, they decided, said, "Hey, we got along so well. We're going to leave ICE and CBP out. We want to have TSA only." I said, "But we want the cowboy to lead it." So it was very humbling and very much an honor to be asked to lead 675 officers into that inauguration. It's truly been an honor and privilege for a simple old puncher to have done this. And I told him I actually was going to do, at cowboyed for 30 years, I was going to do the federal deal for 20. And but I decided after about 15 that I had kind of done my service. Now I'm going to come back and cowboy for another 30, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do after that. That brought us to Northwest Arkansas. We transitioned. We have all our family here now. We bought this beautiful little place, a little ranch, started cleaning up on it, and started mowing. And I got to mowing, and I picked up a lot of rocks and everything. That's something we grow very well here in Northwest Arkansas. I started getting it all cleaned up, but I had a little bit of troubles. I ran over a few larger rocks and bent some blades. And it's an amazing thing here. You can drive over the same area, mow the same area for 30 days, no problem. You're just clicking along really good. But because of all the rain and the shifting, and it causes those rocks to rise, that blade or that deck will catch the corner of one of those rocks and pull it up. And when it does, it's not just a rock. It's a football-sized boulder. So when that happens, something has to give, and most often it's a blade, a shaft. It snaps those aluminum corners off of the bearing spindles. I did about 3 of those in a row with 250 a pop. I have to pull the deck out, take it apart, order the spindle, get it in, put it back on, go again. I thought, my goodness, there's got to be something better than this. I was up weeding along the front fence line one day, and I was just weed eating right through the rocks and the T-posts and everything, and just kept beating that line. I thought, this is working. I just keep right on going with it. Surely there's something like that for a lawnmower. So I came back and I got online and started looking. While there was some other products for push-type weed eaters, there was nothing that would allow you to mow with line with a lawnmower. So I thought, well, the only thing I could possibly do is design something. So we came up with our first prototypes, and they worked amazingly. And this is one of them. Some of the line that we use, all you have to do is just put it in the hole. There's some twin tooth cams in there, and they push in, but cannot be pulled out that direction. But when you're ready to change them out, it's a simple little finger and a thumb, and right back out and replace your line. It's just that simple. They're universal. They fit on every type of lawnmower. You just unbolt the blade, put these hubs on, put your line in, and you're ready to go. When you move into your own startup, it's a whole new learning curve. And like I say again, with Startup Junkies, and they took us by the hand, and they could see that deer in the headlight look when I met them. And actually, I met Jeff and a member of his team on a Wednesday, and they said, hey, this is a great story. We're having a pitch at our office tomorrow night. Would you be interested in pitching? I've been an old horse trader and bull trader my whole life, so I got an idea about how a pitch works, but this was a whole new environment. But I said, sure. He said, well, you've got 60 seconds. We did our pitch, and that's the Happy Gilmore chick there. We're about to challenge their metal blades. So it is going to be a disruption, but it's also going to be a fit. Will there always be a need for metal blades? Absolutely, because this doesn't meet every need. Just like the metal blade doesn't meet everyone's needs. So this is going to be that ripple, that disruption that changes the whole concept of it. That's going to be the blade solution revolution.